Nerd morning, everyone. Today we are talking about the Stormlight Lost Tales story deck cards. Now, these are cards that you can collect in order to be able to piece together 3 different stories that expand the Stormlight Archive universe for Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere. And I think that that is really cool. These were originally released for a part of like a game aspect to play during the Dragonsteel Nexus convention that Brandon Sanderson did. That opening year, they tried to be able to do some extra fun things. You can buy some of these. I ended up picking up a whole box of these, and inside of this, there was just a whole bunch of packs. I left those kind of intact so you can be able to see them. And those packs looked like this. And inside of those, there were several different cards, and you'd be able to get like a foil card and a couple of other type of fun things. And what you're trying to do is piece together the stories. So there were 3 different stories there. You have some art stuff that's on the top of each of those. And the art pieces are really, really cool. There's some amazing art images that you get to put together and collect in these. There were 3 different stories. Those were all linking back to the Stormlight Archive. The first one is Eltscaller, which kind of takes place in the same time as the first book, The Way of Kings, and it's a kind of a side story. Definitely a little bit of spoilery stuff here. I would recommend you read at least the first 3 books to really enjoy most of these stories. But if you can go through the whole series, like that's going to be, better, as these are appendages to that, helping expand that. The second story is super silly, super fun. It is the perspective of some chasm fiends, and they are just the most cute, joyful versions of chasm fiends there. And this story is called The Chasm Friends Get a Pet. So chasm friends instead of fiends. And of course, their little pet that they get is this human. And it is so funny because it is in the chasm fiends point of view. Really, really, really joyful. That was probably the one that I had the most fun with. It was just funny and lighthearted, and I really thought that was just a great addition to the world. The last one is King Lopen, the first of Alethkar, and the art on these ones are really heartfelt, very definitely a different tone. They look incredible, and collecting these just for the art pages was really cool and interesting to see how these little pieces of the image expand out. Each of these stories have 54 cards, and they are numbered on there, so you can go and look and see that this one is like 19 on that, and you piece them together to help and fill the story. Also, there were some variant versions of the cards. So they have these ones that have this little stamp on it, and that says contains 100% pure nonsense, and these are where the text is different, and so there's a little spin or spoof or joke or something completely different than what was going on in the rest of the story. So these would be kind of fun to collect when you got the full stories, is to try to get the alternate version of the different stories. So those were kind of something fun that they did. And as I had mentioned before, is the packs came with foil cards, and so you could get foil versions of those cards to collect and build with them. Honestly, I thought those were super fun. One of the things that they distributed at with this was this binder, and as you can see, I am using just a regular binder with card pages in order to be able to fill out that collection. And I did that on purpose because, as cool as this is and as worthwhile as it is to have on the shelf and the display of it, I don't know if this is something that's going to be good for your long-term collecting. And that is because I threw a little like an energy card here, but it is bending that card to sit flat, and because of how it was bound in here, it's directly into there, and the pages of this start with that curl. And so I feel like I just didn't want to damage my cards, and so I ended up not using this. Another thing that those are, they're a little bit tighter, and so they do fit the cards, but if you want to do little penny sleeves, you can see I've got a little like sleeve on there. Those don't fit with those cards sleeves, those sheets. And so I was able to sleeve them and then put them in the those page sheets inside the regular binder. So I ended up going that way and ended up not really utilizing this in order to protect the cards. Some people, that's not going to be a big deal, and they're going to utilize it, and it's going to be awesome. Some people, maybe they're going to choose a different route. Overall, I thought these were really cool. They're going to be fun to be able to, trade with people and collect and do some of those type of things to enhance that Cosmere community. And I think that that's really one of the goals to do this. This was fun to build, fun to collect, fun to do all of those type of things. And I really, really enjoyed doing this as a fan of Brandon Sanderson and the Cosmere. And overall, I would say it was a really good experience with the stories and with the images, the collecting aspect. All of it was just really fun. Have you guys ever heard of this? Are you guys interested in collecting these? Let me know your thoughts if you have gotten them, about, was this worthwhile for you or not? Put those comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I really appreciate that, and I will talk to you guys next time.